Tonight, Paradise Lost, the rising death toll as wildfires engulf the Hawaiian island of Maui. Communities reduced to charred ruins.
What we saw looked like an area that had been bombed.
The search for survivors and the Canadians who made it out.
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty harrowing.
Severe flash flooding as heavy rain hits Ottawa.
The water's gotten up to about 2 to 3 feet.
The downpour and the damage.
Oh my God.
Plus, a historic ride to the edge of space.
It was incredible, and I'm still starstruck.
Dreams fulfilled for a mother-daughter duo and an 80-year-old Olympian.
A completely surreal experience.
CTV National News with Omar Sachedina.
Good evening, everyone. There is a devastating development to the catastrophe unfolding in the Pacific. Late tonight, word the death toll from the Hawaii wildfires has surged to 53.
What we saw was likely the largest natural disaster in Hawaii's state history.
Satellite imagery shows the vicious path of the ferocious flames devouring Maui. Here's a before, and here's the after. Lush greenery gone. More than 1,700 buildings destroyed. And tonight, Global Affairs is warning tourists to avoid all non-essential travel to Maui. CTV's BC Bureau Chief Melanie Nagy on the mass evacuations and the Canadians escaping the disaster zone.
From the air, the immensity of the devastation is overwhelming. From the ground, it's gut-wrenching, not just the sight of incinerated homes, but the areas where dozens of people were killed when fierce wildfires swept across the popular island of Maui.
What we saw looked like an area that had been bombed and burned in a war zone. It was unbelievable.
The destructive fires, fueled by strong winds from a nearby hurricane, moved extremely fast, forcing some people to flee by water, others by fire-engulfed roads.
It's indescribable.
Lahaina, a historic town that draws about 2 million tourists annually, was decimated.
Different restaurants and businesses that were up in flames.
Calgarian Katie O'Connor lives about a 30-minute drive from Lahaina. Despite the distance, her neighborhood was also threatened by fire and evacuated.
We just took possession of our new home 2 weeks ago, so that was really difficult to think that we might lose it.
Thousands of people are now living in shelters, hotels, and even Walmart parking lots. Many no longer have a home to return to.
Couldn't get much. Kind of left all our pictures. Everything we owned was kind of in that house.
The wildfires are not isolated to Maui. Hawaii's Big Island has also been hit. With so much destroyed, the U.S. president issued a disaster declaration today, which quickly frees up federal aid.
Anyone who's lost a loved one whose home has been damaged or destroyed is going to get help.
With the necessary focus on those in need, tourists have been told to stay away.
We've spent almost a year planning this trip.
Ottawa's Judy Cutler and her husband were to renew their vows in Maui, but she's heeding the warnings and canceling.
Those poor people, I can't even imagine what they're going through over there.
Many Canadians near the fire zones are now crowded into Maui's main airport, searching for flights home. As for those who got out, many describe an agonizing ordeal.
The transportation was out, there was no cell service.
We slept at the Maui airport for 24 hours.
It was very scary, I'm not gonna lie.
Air Canada says it's sending empty airplanes to Maui to help people leave, with the next one expected to arrive in Vancouver tomorrow. Melanie Nagy, CTV News, Vancouver.
Provincial officials in BC are warning of a dangerous hot spell expected to start this weekend.
Environment and Climate Change Canada is forecasting heat to begin over Vancouver Island and southwest British Columbia and gradually moving across the southern interior through the week.
The warmer than normal temperatures come as BC struggles with an already record wildfire season and unprecedented extreme drought. Severe thunderstorms dumped heavy rain on the nation's capital today, causing flooding, power outages, and road closures. Clouds moved in late this morning, an ominous warning of the deluge that would follow. Parts of the city saw 75 millimeters in just 90 minutes. Here's CTV's Natalie Van Roy.
Water gushing into an Ottawa building Thursday as firefighters rushed to help residents during a severe storm. The torrential downpour leading to flash flooding.
This parking lot at Riverside Drive and Bank Street in Ottawa, one of the hardest hits in the flash flood. The water completely submerging a number of vehicles. The cleanup will likely take hours, if not days.
Within a matter of minutes, seconds really, I was in a flood. Up to my car window. The water was up to here.
Richard Auger says it all happened in seconds.
There's a gentleman here telling everyone to get out of their cars, so when I got out on the passenger side, the water just all gushing into the car, so it was up pretty high for sure.
Multiple vehicles shut down in the water. Witnesses say drivers were trapped for a short time, but all of them were able to make it out of their cars. First responders closing off the road until all of the vehicles were towed away.
Wouldn't do it.
In the East End, major flooding hitting the roads and going into people's basements as well.
The water's gotten up to about 2 to 3 feet, and this happens on a recurring basis, and apparently it's happened for 60 years.
This was in the Nepean area at the height of the storm. A mix of whipping winds, torrential rain, and hail. Environment Canada says between 50 and 75 millimeters of rain fell in just an hour and a half. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News, Ottawa.
Ottawa unveiled a roadmap today detailing the federal government's plan to clean the country's electricity grid. But as CTV's Alberta Bureau Chief Bill Fortier reports, the new draft regulations are already drawing some provincial pushback.
Natural gas, which generates most of Alberta's electricity, creates nearly half a kilogram of CO2 emissions for every kilowatt hour of power. In 12 years, that might be against Ottawa's rules.
Today, Canada is taking a giant step forward in our fight against climate change.
The federal government released a draft today of its clean energy regulations. Essentially, Canada's power plants can emit no greenhouse gases by 2035.
They will not be implemented in our province, period.
Strong opposition came quickly from the Alberta government. The province has its own plan to achieve a net zero power grid, but not until 2050. It claims any earlier is impossible.
We've seen the federal government put ideology before common sense, affordability, and reliability once again.
What it looks like we're heading for right now is a stop and fight as opposed to progress towards.
This economist says the carbon neutral goal is possible, but doubtful.
These are really tight timelines.
The draft does include some concessions for provinces and territories that rely on fossil fuels for power generation. It allows some natural gas-powered electricity, but plants will have to bring emissions down using technology like carbon capture and storage.
What we're talking about is not a fossil fuel-free grid by 2035. It's a net zero grid by 2035.
Ottawa admits the transition will be costly, but estimates the increase in power rates to be minor. Less than 0.5% by 2035, nearly 1% by 2050. And the independent Canadian Climate Institute says the regulations will ultimately bring costs down as people switch from natural gas to electricity.
But research from my organization has found that Canadians on average can expect to spend 12% less on energy by 2050.
Ottawa will consult with the provinces and territories over the next 75 days. The final version of the regulations is expected early next year. Omar.
All right, Bill, thanks. A First Nation in northern Saskatchewan has made a grim discovery after conducting a preliminary search at the site of a former residential school. The search revealed more than 80 potential unmarked graves on the grounds of the Beauval Indian Residential School, including 12 believed to belong to infants. The English River First Nation is working to identify the remains. A 60-day state of emergency has been declared in Ecuador after a presidential candidate was assassinated in the middle of an election campaign. It may be part of a wave of violence in the once peaceful nation blamed on gangs and drug cartels. CTV's Adrian Gabriel has the story and a warning. Some of the images are disturbing.
A presidential candidate murdered in Ecuador's capital city. In a harrowing hail of bullets, with one supporter ducking as he holds an election rally flag in his hand, security forces, under siege with their guns drawn, scanned the perimeter for incoming gunfire. 10 people were shot, all survived, except for presidential hopeful Fernando Villavicencio. Just moments earlier, the candidate was hosting a rally inside this former school in the capital city of Quito. This video shows him being led out of the event, flanked by security and supporters. As he enters a vehicle, the deadly barrage begins. An investigative journalist turned legislator, Villavicencio was outspoken about corruption amongst Ecuador's ruling elite, including organized crime. Speaking to reporters last week, he admitted that he'd received death threats from the Sinaloa cartel. Historically a relatively safe and stable Latin American country, crime is on the rise in Ecuador, fueled by the growing presence of Colombian and Mexican cocaine cartels, which have infiltrated the country's criminal gangs. Just last month, the city of Manta's mayor was shot and killed. This week's latest round of violence resulting in a sharp response from Washington.
It's not what anybody would want for the people of Ecuador, or quite frankly, Ecuador's democracy.
A suspected gunman was killed after being shot by authorities, and 6 others are in custody, according to the Interior Minister. Ecuador's outgoing president calling the violence an attempt to sabotage the electoral process, while confirming the country's August 20th election will proceed as planned. During one of his final speeches this past Sunday, the presidential hopeful told supporters, "You're my bulletproof vest. I don't need one. I am strong and brave, just like you." Fernando Villavicencio was 59 years old. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
A deal is in the works between the U.S. and Iran that's expected to lead to freedom for 5 Americans held by Tehran for years. They've been incarcerated at Iran's notorious Evin prison on espionage charges they've denied. Today, they were moved to house arrest.
This is a positive step, but I don't want to get ahead of its conclusion, because there's more work to be done to actually bring them home. My belief is that this is the beginning of the end of their nightmare.
Under the agreement still being worked on, Iran would get $6 billion in oil revenue from South Korea, frozen due to sanctions. But the U.S. says the money must be used for humanitarian reasons. Another billionaire has rocketed into the coveted Space Tourism Club after years of delays. Virgin's Richard Branson sent his first commercial flight to the edge of space. And as CTV's Vanessa Lee reports, the oldest passenger bought his dream ticket when the youngest was born.
For the first time ever, Virgin Galactic blasted off into space with tourists.
Release, release, release. Ignition.
A 90-minute flight, including 3 minutes of total weightlessness, 88 kilometers above Earth.
I'm still up there. I'm not here yet.
I was shocked at the things that you feel. Like you felt like a part of the team, a part of the ship, a part of the universe, a part of Earth. It was incredible, and I'm still starstruck.
After 3 days of rigorous training, Antigua's Keisha Shahaf and 18-year-old Anna Myers became the first mother-daughter duo to go to the edge of space, scoring their seats by winning a lottery, getting the news from the billionaire founder of Virgin Galactic himself.
It is okay to dream big, and it is okay to voice your dream, and you will be uncomfortable trying to get to that dream, but this is how we stretch ourselves.
This is a breakthrough for the Space Tourism Company.
And full stop.
Oh my God! Which has long struggled with delays and missed deadlines. Former British Olympian John Goodwin was among the first to buy a ticket for more than $250,000 back in 2005, refusing to let his battle with Parkinson's disease prevent him from making history.
I'm hoping that I instill in other people around the world, as well as people with Parkinson's, that it doesn't stop you doing things that are out of the normal.
A flight with Virgin Galactic has now shot up to $500,000 with around 800 people on the waiting list as competition ramps up in the next frontier of travel. Vanessa Lee, CTV News, Montreal.
And late tonight, Russia launched its first mission to the moon in nearly half a century. The uncrewed spacecraft blasted off with the aim of landing on the lunar South Pole on August 23rd, around the same time as India's spacecraft, which launched about a month ago. Coming up, science in the sea. A colorful environmental experiment off the coast of Nova Scotia. Plus,
as young people, we have the power to make change. We have all these ideas.
Turning a taboo into a global triumph. Hundreds of items are missing from one of Canada's biggest museums. The Auditor General took stock of the collection at the Canadian Museum of History and found that over a 10-year period ending in 2022, 800 items disappeared, 300 lacked proper storage, and 15,000 lacked source information. The audit also revealed the museum did not regularly review which staff accessed secure locations. The Halifax Harbour was glowing pink today as the colorful dress rehearsal for a crucial climate experiment was set in motion. CTV's Atlantic Bureau Chief Chris Najkate explains.
Call it a science project for the planet as researchers dispersed 500 liters of safe pink fluorescent dye into the Halifax Harbour to determine just how far it will travel.
It's sort of the first step in a longer-term research project.
The project is being led by Planetary Technologies and Dalhousie University. In the fall, instead of dye, researchers will release alkaline material into the water that will serve as an antacid for the ocean, a natural process the planet has been doing for billions of years.
The purpose is to actually induce the ocean to take up atmospheric CO2 from the air, and help us reduce legacy carbon dioxide emissions to the atmosphere.
A technique already used in water treatment plants.
It's a very well-known substance. It's used, it's regulated, and it's known to be safe.
Researchers hope the alkaline could reverse the harmful impacts of global warming and decrease the ocean's acid levels, but say reducing emissions is still crucial.
That has to be our top priority as society. But turns out we've procrastinated too long, right? We have to have additional tools.
The alkaline material will be sourced from China and Canada, with the final phase still many years away. But this researcher says if done right, Nova Scotia could become a leader in the fight against climate change.
This is one of the first times, if not the first time, this has really been done to this scale in terms of a study. And the world's going to learn from what we do.
Researchers say climate projects like this would help remove 10 gigatons of carbon from the Earth's atmosphere. Adding anything less would be meaningless. Chris Najkate, CTV News, Halifax.
Still ahead.
Welcome to the Emmy Awards.
The reason behind a historic delay for a major awards show. A prominent figure in Canadian politics for more than 5 decades has died. Among his many roles, Hugh Segal served as Chief of Staff to Prime Minister Brian Mulroney and was later appointed to the Senate. His life in politics began early, having declared himself a conservative at the age of 12, and later working as a strategist, author, and political pundit. His family says he is being remembered for his service to Canada, his commitment to decency in politics, and his laugh. Hugh Segal died last night in Kingston, Ontario. He was 72. The pandemic couldn't disrupt one of the most prestigious awards shows, but the ongoing actor and writer strikes have.
The Emmy for the Outstanding Comedy Series goes to...
The Emmys, which are normally held in the fall, will now take place on January 15th. This is the first time the ceremony has been pushed back since the 9/11 attacks. Nominations were announced last month, just before Hollywood actors joined the writers, who have been striking now for more than 100 days. There are new reports that a young BC rapper, Lil Tay, is alive, one day after a now deleted post about her mysterious death on her Instagram page.
You already know what it is. Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century.
The social media star has millions of followers and rose to fame in 2018 when she was just 9 years old. In a statement to TMZ, Tay says her Instagram account was hacked and used to spread misinformation claiming she had died along with her brother. After the break.
In the community we grew up, this is a very taboo and hush-hush topic.
Meet an international champion of change. This Saturday is International Youth Day, dedicated to celebrating the achievements and tackling the challenges of the next generation. Globally, there are 1.2 billion people aged 15 to 24, representing roughly 16% of the population. CTV's Heather Butts on the Vancouver student helping thousands with a unique initiative.
So there's two main materials.
Zian Verji grew up in Tanzania. He's passionate about period poverty and is working hard to end the stigma around the globe.
In the community we grew up, this is a very taboo and hush-hush topic. So initially, it took a lot of work to kind of break that taboo and have these conversations.
It was a conversation about menstruation with his mother at age 15 and a school project that helped spark a movement.
When she grew up in India, she grew up in a single-parent household, and there was a point in her life where she didn't have access to products.
Unhygienic and uncomfortable, he learned 500 million people around the world lack access to basic menstrual products.
At times, I used to pretend that I am sick and stay home for at least 1 week.
Inspired to help others, he founded For the Menstruator, creating reusable sanitary pads for women and girls in countries like Kenya.
In the slums, it has been hard for the girls because their parents are poor to buy a sanitary pad. It has helped them actually for their dignity.
He partnered with an organization in Mombasa, Kenya that helps women with disabilities create the kits.
Zian has really encouraged us, all the time coming, encouraged us, you can do it.
The pads are biodegradable, cost-effective, and embarrassment-free.
They're hanging something that looks like a handkerchief
exactly.
versus that looks like a pad.
Exactly.
Helping more than 20,000 people in 10 different countries, the 21-year-old is now working with Plan International Canada to guide other young leaders.
This is exactly the innovation that is needed in the world, and young people have the ideas, they have the solutions. What they need is the opportunity.
It may begin as a simple school project.
I really feel like as young people we have the power to make change. We have all these ideas, and you don't have to wait until tomorrow to start something of your own.
That could lead to global change. Heather Butts, CTV News, Toronto.
Impressive. And Heather will be here tomorrow. That's a snapshot of this Thursday for all of us at CTV National News. Thank you for watching, and good night.